2020 was a year that nobody could have predicted. Here in Boise though, we started the year by making history. On January 7th, 2020, Lauren McClean was sworn in as the city's new mayor. She was the first woman to be elected to that position, and she succeeded the city's longest serving mayor, David Beater, who served in that position for 16 years. As we saw throughout the year though, her governing became the source of some controversy. In March, things began to go downhill here in Idaho. On March 13th, we saw the first confirmed COVID case here in the state.
On slowing the spread.
March 16th, all of Boise City's facilities were closed to the public. And on March 25th, Governor Brad Little issued a statewide
stay-home order.
All non-essential businesses were closed for 21 days, and the public was urged to stay at home as much as possible. 3 weeks later, on April 15th, Governor Brad Little extended the stay-at-home order for another 2 weeks at least. Whether it was the sun or whether we all just got tired of talking about the virus, things seemed to get better over the next 2 weeks. By early May, indoor dining, gyms, and bars had all opened back up to the public, and things were beginning to look brighter here in Boise. On January 8th, 2020, Governor Brad Little gave local Idaho governments $200 million of federal money to lower property taxes for 1 year as a stimulus for the pandemic. But by the end of June, things began to go downhill once again. On July 2nd, Mayor McClean signed a public health order requiring all residents to wear masks in public settings all throughout Ada County. This was met with lots of public opposition. The next day, a large group of people assembled near the Idaho State Capitol to protest her order and to begin an effort to recall her from her position. In their view, she had been dishonest in her campaign. She had portrayed herself as a moderate, but was now governing with a leftist agenda. In mid-July, finally some good news not related to the virus. On July 16th, Governor Brad Little traveled to the White House to meet with President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence. Over the past year, under his leadership, Idaho had slashed 75% of administrative red tape and was now the #1 most deregulated state in the country.
Idaho's story of deregulation.
A week later, the governor announced more good news. Idaho had finished its fiscal year with a surplus of nearly 3 times of what was expected before COVID-19. Another win for Governor Brad Little. On September 8th, yet another win for Governor Brad Little. Idaho was ranked #1 in all 50 states for financial stability. In September, the efforts to recall Mayor McClean came to an end. Because of the pandemic, the organizers were not able to assemble the 26,000 signatures required. In December, the CDH made some news. On December 2nd, the Central District Health Board met to vote on a proposition to impose further restrictions on the residents of Ada County and 3 other counties in southern Idaho. This was met with lots of public outcry, and the board decided to postpone the vote for 1 week because of the public opposition. On December 8th, the CDH board members met again to vote on this new mandate, but because there were protesters now in front of several of the board members' homes, Mayor McClean was afraid that these protests might get violent, so she postponed the vote for another week. Finally, on December 15th, the CDH board members met for a 3rd time. Lots of protesters stood out in front of the CDH building, but the vote failed to pass. On December 10th, Idaho joined Texas in supporting a lawsuit on election integrity. On December 14th, the first COVID vaccine was administered in Idaho. And by the end of December 31st, 2020, we saw a total of 141,000 COVID cases throughout the state, 1,436 COVID-related deaths in the state, and 355 of those were in Ada County. 2020 has been a bad year for a lot of people. But has it all been bad? I don't think so. If you're watching this video, you're alive. You have access to internet and you probably ate something today. So as you turn your back on 2020 and look at 2021, don't just focus on what you missed out on and what you don't have. Recognize what you already have and see the blessings that you enjoy every day. And with that, Happy New Year.